Hello, it is Sunday, May 4th. So here's my roller cart, and I've been hauling some stuff on here, some pretty, like 3-4 logs, not big logs, but. And then the one time I was loading it with some chips, as you can see, there's lots of chips. I noticed that this piece was hanging down, and so I pushed it back up and kicked it in place, and we're going to flip it over and see what has happened and fix it, because this right now is pretty indispensable. It's giving all the mud in the back. So let's flip it over. All right, well, this is kind of interesting. Let's have a look. So that bracket and this bracket, my friend Rick, good friend Rick, welded these before I had my welder. He had a bunch of material laying around his shop. So that belongs there. And you can see this is the weld joint. Get my finger out of the way. So his weld held, but the metal actually fatigued and cracked. And I'm having a feeling if I flip it over on the other side, it almost looks like that is also fatiguing right here. Yeah, the weld held, the metal broke. All right, Rick, you do good welds, better than my welds. But so now I have to come up with a solution to put this back on. And I think I need some gussets, 45s, I think, short 45s, to give it support that way. It seems like it wobbles quite a bit. All right, so let's have a look. So this wiggles back and forth. So it definitely needs some support here, some support there, and I think it's gonna need some supports on the front too. So let's flip this over. Okay, after further review, I think what we're gonna do is just put a couple of bolts here into here to hold that in place, and then I will look for the proper metal and a proper opportunity when I can take this out of service for a few days, pull this apart, weld it, paint it, get it back in service. So let's do that. I guess that's gonna do for now. All right, let's straighten this one out and then we're good. Here we go, ready to take all the wood I just cut the sawmill and put it back on the trail and get some more armoring done. All right, so I would say I have a gusset like that, and over here it can be 2.5. It could be no real, 2.5 or 3 on this side. And out of Caterpillar say, we got 080. Yeah, so we're looking at 080 for thickness. All right, I got some 080 by, looks like 1 inch pieces. I think maybe I'll use those just for some angles. In 080, up here says probably 5/64. Okay, it is a sunny morning. It's supposed to be 50 today. It is Monday, May 4th, 5th, I don't know. But anyways, yesterday we put, can you see it? Where are we? We put 2 bolts because that broke. And as suspected, this side has now snapped. So I think it's time to take it out of service, take it apart, weld it, and have to use my other cart or do something else for a couple days. So that's what we're gonna do. But first I gotta get to the bank, get my prescription and help a friend with a project, then we'll be back. All right, you can kind of see that the metal just fractured right off, fatigued right off. The weld was good, held, but the metal broke. So I'm thinking, same thing happened to this side. I think I'm gonna use some angle, not the full length, so that I can weld it here, weld it down there, weld it along here, and weld it this side, and the same on this, so that I will have not only a weld here and here, but also on the sides to keep it from flexing. And then I have some. Okay, we got this all prepped up. We're using a little bit of 1" by 8" angle. We got that prepped. We're gonna put that on later. That's just holding square. So we're going to try and weld all the way around there, maybe. All right, so we got 080 and 125. And if I go to my chart, I'm running 30, so they're saying, there we go, 354.19, and this is the 080 276. So I don't want to burn a hole in that, but I need to at least to do a good penetration job. So I'm going to try 300 at 18.5 and see how it goes. What do we think? Got hot on the back. I don't know that it actually burnt through though. All right, here we go. We kind of got a little small gusset weld on there. Let's do the other side. Here we go. We put a piece of angle, got that all welded up. Not the prettiest welds. I tried to use a lot of heat to penetrate. well, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that welding. It seemed to go pretty good. All right, now I need some paint. Okay, here's the rain gauge. You can kind of see it says like 3, so down here 0.3. No, 3. Okay, so the gauge says 3. We read 3, so we're like at 0.15, so about 1/8 of an inch of rain last night. Let's go and check out how the kiln did. It's supposed to rain like a lot, like it's starting to drizzle now. It's supposed to rain like an inch tonight. All right, let's open it up and have a look. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. All right, okay. What do we see? Any water anywhere? I don't see any water. It didn't rain that much though. All right, well, so far so good. Okay, we'll check it tomorrow morning after all the rain, see if it's wet inside. And this is the bracket to my roller cart that I had to re-weld these joints. The welds did not break that my friend Rick had welded before I had my welder. The metal actually fatigued and cracked, and the welds were still good. The welds are actually on this side. Let's see if you can see them. Yeah, see, the welds held up good. The metal actually broke. So I gotta get another coat of paint, but then this would be good to put in the kiln to bake that. So maybe we'll get to that point, get a little insulation in the kiln and fire this up. All right, we got putting this on, and I'm tighten it down, and I'll put the roller section on. We got, we fixed up, well, we didn't, the welds weren't the problem. The old welds, original welds by my friend Rick, were good welds. The metal just fatigued from bending too much. So now, no shaking, no bending. All right, we sawed some more logs, so hopefully tomorrow after breakfast, we can get some of those logs on the trail.